Hello everyone! Welcome po ulit sa ating Math-Isip YouTube channel where you can find free Tagalog mathematics tutorial. Ang topic po natin for today is all about solving quadratic inequalities in one variable. This is your lesson for week 5, term 1. Okay, but before we begin, gusto ko lang i-promote ang ating channel. If you are not yet subscribed, you can click the subscribe button. And para sa mga teachers po natin dyan, if you are interested with our presentation, you can message us on our Facebook page. Okay, so without further ado, let's now begin with our lesson. Okay, so these are our competencies for this lesson. Tuturuan ko po kayo kung paano mag-illustrate ng number line in order for us to solve quadratic inequalities in one variable. Magsosolve po tayo ng quadratic inequalities in one variable, and we are going to express our answer in various notations. And we will also solve problems. Okay, before we begin, let's just have this activity. Okay, this is just a recall activity para po matest natin kung siguradong alam nyo po ang pag-solve ng quadratic equations by factoring. So, ito po ang prerequisite. Kailangan po ito para mas maintindihan nyo po yung lesson natin for today. Hindi po tayo makakapag-proceed pag hindi nyo po alam ang solving quadratic equations by factoring. So, you can actually pause this video para po matry nyo, and then I will show you the answers later on. Okay, so I believe this was discussed to you in your previous grade level. So, kayang-kaya nyo po ito. Okay, so to show you the final answer, ito po yung ating factors for those quadratic equations. So, those quadratic equations are in one variable. So, pag nagsosolve po tayo, we can use different ways of factoring. We can use the factoring methods na pag-aralan natin previously, and then ang magiging sagot nyo po is dalawa. Okay, dalawang value ng ating variable, which is x in this example. So x can be equal to 0, for example number 1, x could be equal to 0, or x can also be equal to 2. Okay, so I hope nasagot nyo po itong mga ito, and then if you did, we can now proceed with this lesson. Okay, now let's proceed to quadratic inequalities. Okay, pwede na po tayong magsimula, and we can start with this introduction. So first, let me have this question. How do scientists make sure a rocket can fly high? So as you can see, we have here pictures of rocket. Okay, so launching from NASA, from SpaceX, madami pong launching na nangyayari. Now, how do you think scientists can make sure na yung rocket ay lilipad at mararating niya yung destination? Okay? And that question is actually complicated, but surely mathematics has something to do with it. When space agencies or private space companies launch rockets, they do not simply guess the path of the rocket. They use mathematics to study its height, speed, direction, and position at different times. Okay, so another question is, when is the rocket high enough? Okay, bakit ko po ito tinatanong? Kasi ito po may kinalaman sa ating topic for today. For example, before a rocket can reach space, scientists need to know when it reaches a certain height. Pwede nilang tanungin, when will the rocket be at least this height? When is it above a safe altitude? When will it reach the required height of the next stage? So yun yung mga questions na pwede nating tanungin, and these are actually the applications of our lesson for today. Let's begin with this one. So since wala tayong masyadong alam when it comes to rocket, we will just focus on a very simple example. Okay, like for example, suppose a ball is thrown upward. Ito na lang po ang maging example natin for today. So for example, we have here a basketball player. Nag-shoot siya ng ball, and then we are going to investigate ano yung magiging height ng ating bola. So for example, this is the projectile motion of this basketball. Okay, so we can model the height of the ball using a function. Okay, anong klaseng function? We can use actually a quadratic function. Okay, so let's say this is the function. We have here h of t is equal to negative 5t squared plus 20t, wherein h of t, this is the height of the ball after t, which means the seconds, the number of seconds. And then we have here t, remember, time in seconds. Okay, so this is a simplified model of a vertical motion. Okay, so the term 20t represents the upward motion of the ball, and the term negative 5t squared represents the effect of gravity, pulling the ball back down. So the negative sign tells us that the gravity reduces the height as time, ito yung time natin, passes. Okay? Okay, now, if we want to know for what time interval is the ball at least 15 feet high, ibig sabihin, kung ang hahanapin natin is kung anong oras ang magiging height ng ball is 15 or more, okay, kasi sabi nga dito is at least. Hindi po yung time kung saan 15 feet high yung bola ang hinahanap natin. This is at least, meaning pwedeng hindi lang siya 15 feet high, pwedeng mas mataas pa sa 15 feet. So, ito na po ay tinatawag nating inequality. Okay, so dito, hinahanap natin yung time wherein the height of the ball is equal to 15 or more than. Okay, greater than or equal to 15. So kung gagawa po tayo ng inequality, ganito po yung magiging itsura niya. Ito po yung tinatawag nating quadratic inequality. Again, inequality po ang tawag natin, hindi po equation, kasi pag equation, definite value po yon. So pag sinabing inequality, pwedeng hindi lang iisang value, pwedeng mas madami pa. Okay? So ito po yung magiging example natin mamaya. Okay? So this is just a simple model para lang po maintindihan natin kung ano po ang ibig sabihin ng quadratic inequality. Okay, so to give you the different forms of quadratic inequality, we have here a quadratic inequality in one variable is an inequality that can be written in the forms ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than 0. O kaya naman, ax squared plus bx plus c is less than 0. Okay, bukod sa greater than or less than, pwede rin pong greater than or equal. O kaya, less than or equal to 0. So as you can see, if you recall, this is the standard form of a quadratic function, no? Pero ngayon ang iibahin lang natin is yung symbol. Instead of equal sign, just like an equation, hindi na po. It is now the inequality symbols. Okay, wherein a here is not equal to 0, ha? Parang sa quadratic equation din. Hindi pwedeng ang ating a ay 0. Alright, so let's have the solving quadratic inequalities in one variable. Okay, so sa pagsosolve natin ng inequalities, we have to be familiar with the symbols. Tatandaan lang po natin. So this is not new to you, hindi lang sa quadratic inequality, pero pati sa linear inequality. Okay, so let's start with the first example. We have here x squared minus 3x minus 18 is greater than 0. So, first step natin dito is to write the inequality with 0 on one side. So, paano po yon? Gagamitin natin yung standard form. So, again, we have x squared minus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0. Gagawin lang po natin equal sign yung ating inequality symbol. Okay, so we will equate it into 0. And then, next step is to find the zeros o yung tinatawag nating roots of the related quadratic equation. Kumbaga, isusolve natin tong quadratic equation na ito. Kaya yung review po natin kanina is factoring kasi kailangan po nating maintindihan or ma-review yung factoring methods natin. So if you're going to use factoring, ito po yung factors natin. No? So for x, it can be x plus 3. O kaya naman ay x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now, how do we get the zeros or the roots? We can equate both of this to 0. So, halimbawa, itong x plus 3, equate natin siya sa 0. Tapos, itong isang factor naman, equate din natin siya sa 0. So, x minus 6 is equal to 0. And then we will now get the value of x. So, here we will get x is equal to negative 3. And then here, x is equal to positive 6. Okay, now that we have these two zeros, itong factors po natin, pwede na tayong magsimula sa ating number line. So, we can now draw a number line and divide the number line into intervals. So, ano po itong intervals? Ibig sabihin po ng intervals, ito yung separation or division natin sa number line. So, still, we will be using these zeros. Paano po? So, if we have here our number line, okay, and then ang zeros natin is negative 3 and then 6, make sure lang po na yung number line natin is maipa-plot po natin itong mga to. So, pwedeng maggawa tayo ng number line, not necessarily na ganito, Hindi necessarily na from negative 10 to positive 10 as long as may ipa-plot mo itong negative 3 tsaka 6 at tsaka meron pang allowance, no? May extension pa kasi mamaya makikita natin yung separations or yung intervals. Okay, so we have here negative 3, i-plot natin dito, and then we have positive 6, i-plot natin dito. Now, if you are wondering bakit po kaya itong ating point ay open circle, remember, we use open circles for less than and then for greater than and then less than. So meaning endpoints are not included, no? Kaya open lang po yung ating circle. Kumbaga, in other words, we can say hollow yung ating circle. Okay, now ito na yung separation, yung division na sinasabi ko kanina. Ito na po yung tinatawag nating intervals. So if you notice, this number line is divided into 3 parts. We have this part here, dito sa gitna, tapos dito sa right side. So ano tong mga intervals na ito? Okay, so basing from our zeros, basing from these points, we can have, first interval is the values of x, itong mga ito, lahat ng mga x na nandyan is less than negative 3. Okay? So, lahat ng mga values dito up to infinity, negative infinity, yan yung first na interval natin. Kasama ba itong marker natin, itong ating point dito? Hindi po kasi open circle siya. So, the endpoint is not included. Okay? Next, dito sa gitna, we have this interval. Meaning we have here x is greater than negative 3 but less than positive 6. Meaning hanggang dito lang po yung ating mga values. So in between lang siya ng negative 3 at saka positive 6. Kasama po ba yung positive 6? Hindi rin po kasi nga open circle, not included. Markers lang po natin ang mga yan. And then last interval, yung pangatlong interval natin is ito, x is greater than 6. Meaning from 7 or pwedeng 6.1, 6.01 or 6.0001, no? Pwede. Hindi po kasama yung 6 ha. Up to positive infinity na po yan. Okay? So again, they are divided into 3 parts. Okay, next step, we have here step number 4. We will test one value from each interval. So mamimili po tayo ng points sa bawat interval na yan para i-test natin kung totoong ito yung mga solution sets natin. Ito yung mga values doon sa ating solution. So, we can start with this interval. No? Mamili tayo dito ng isang test point. Okay? So, pag sinabing test point, mas maganda kung mamili na kayo ng integer test point, wag na sa gitna. Pwede kayong mamili kahit saan dyan. But for me, I can use negative 4. Okay? So, negative 4 na ang pinili ko. Pwede namang negative 5 and so on. So, negative 4, I will test this from our original inequality. Okay? So, gamit itong original inequality, isa-substitute ko yung test point ko na si negative 4. Okay? So, iti-test natin siya. So, gamit itong x squared minus 3x minus 18, ito po yon. Okay? Sinubstitute ko lang yung negative 4 doon sa mga x values natin. So here we have negative 4 squared, and then here we have 3 times negative 4 minus 18. Okay? So is greater than 0. So test nga natin kung true statement ito. So negative 4 squared minus 3 times negative 4 minus 18 magiging 16 plus 12 minus 18. And let's simplify further. 16 plus 12 minus 18 is 10. So is 10 greater than 0? Okay, the result is true. It is a true statement. Okay, so ibig sabihin yung solution natin is pwede dito, no? Pwede. How about the second part, yung ating interval, second interval? Let me choose 0. Okay, so again, pwede kayong mamili kahit saan dyan, pero syempre ako, yung pinakamadali which is 0 na, no? So 0 is the one we choose. Now we will substitute it in our original inequality. So yung x natin gawing 0 dito. Okay, pati rito. So, we have 0 squared minus 3 times 0 minus 18. Of course, since 0 ang mga yan, magiging negative 18 na lang yung ating final na value dito sa left side. So, negative 18, is it greater than 0? Okay, the result is false because negative 18 is not greater than 0. So, this is a false statement. Ibig sabihin, yung tinest natin na point dito, it also applies to any point na pipiliin mo dyan. So kung false yan, false din lahat ng mapipili mo dyan. Ibig sabihin yung solution natin wala po dito sa interval na ito. Okay, last, let's have the third interval. Mamili tayo, let's choose 10. Okay, test point natin si 10. Let's substitute it from the original inequality. So 10 squared minus 3 times 10 minus 18. Okay, simplify natin. We have 52. Okay, 52, is it greater than 0? Of course, so it is true. Alright, ibig sabihin, our interval x is greater than 6 is a true solution. Ibig sabihin yung solution pwede dito. So, paano yan, sir? Dalawa ang true statement natin. Ibig sabihin, we can find our solution in these two areas. Okay, so we can have the shading, pwede nating i-shade ito up to negative infinity. And then this one from 0.6 up to positive infinity. So again, kasama ba yung negative 3 and positive 6 sa solution natin? Hindi po, kasi nga they are just open circles. And because our inequality symbol is just greater than, hindi naman greater than or equal. So, final step is to write our solution set. And ang goal natin sa lesson na ito is to write our solution in different notations. So remember, in writing different solution set, pwede nating gamitin itong inequality notation, set builder notation, tsaka interval notation. Ang dami, ano? Pero isa-isayin natin. Itong inequality notation, ganito po ang pagkakasulat. Okay? So it can be x is less than negative 3, itong part na ito. Or, yung solution natin nandito sa interval na to, x is greater than 6. So, ito yung inequality notation. Now, ano naman tong set builder notation? Pwedeng ganito rin ang pagsulat natin. Okay? So, paano ito babasahin? It means all elements of x, such as x, is less than negative 3 or x is greater than positive 6. Okay? Pwedeng ganito po sa set builder notation. Now, for interval notation, which is the simplest way to write the answer, I think, no? Pwede naman na ito mas simple, inequality notation. Pwede rin po itong interval notation. If you notice, meron na tayong symbol ng infinity. Ibig sabihin, yung ating solution nandito siya from negative infinity to negative 3. Okay? Union with 6 and then positive infinity. Okay, so pag sinabing union, you can combine them. Okay, so that's how we write our solution set. We can choose from these three different notation, or if your teacher wants you to write it in all those notation, pwede nyong i-apply lahat to. Okay? Okay, let's have the second example. We have here 2x squared minus 7x minus 4 is less than or equal to 0. So, paano naman po ito, sir? We have now here a numerical coefficient, no? Paano pong gagawin natin dyan? And meron na rin po tayong or equal to. Hindi lang siya less than, no? Meron na siyang kasamang or equal. So, ganun pa rin, we will equate this expression into 0, no? Gawin natin siyang equation. So, we will solve for the zeros. Ibig sabihin, we will get the factors of this. But first, let's simplify, no? Pwedeng, kung factorable siya, ganito na kaagad, kukunin kaagad natin yung factors. And then, ang factors natin dito, x is equal to negative 1/2, or it can also be x is equal to positive 4. Okay, now that we have the factors, we can now draw the number line. So, since alam mong negative 1 tsaka 4 siya, hindi naman na kailangang malaki yung ating or mahaba yung ating number line. Diskartehan nyo na lang. Basta pasok po yung ating mga markers, yung ating mga intervals, no? So, negative 1, i-plot natin siya. Alam natin na, negative 1/2, alam natin na kalahati siya. So, dito sa in between negative 1 and 0. It's the same with negative 0.5. Now, how about positive 4? Dito, ilagay natin dyan. And if you notice, yung ginamit nating point is closed circle. Bakit po siya closed circle? Because our inequality symbol is greater than or equal, o kaya ay less than or equal. So, sa example natin, it's less than or equal. So, kasama pati yung value na nandito. Okay? Kasama pati si 4, kasama pati si negative 1/2. Okay, so next, pwede na nating hanapin yung mga intervals natin dito. We can now subdivide this into 3 parts. Okay, the first interval is all x less than negative 1/2. Okay, and then we have here the second interval is x is greater than negative 1/2 and less than positive 4. Okay, and then we have here the next interval is x is greater than 4. Notice hindi ko na po nilagyan ng or equal yan kasi ang hinahanap lang natin is yung intervals. Hindi na natin kailangan i-consider yung mga endpoints natin kasi alam naman na natin na yung endpoints ay kasama kasi nga included. They are closed circle. Okay, now let's proceed with testing our points. Maghanap tayo ng test point dito sa first interval natin. We can choose negative 1. So if x is equal to negative 1, okay, let's substitute it here in our original inequality. So i-substitute lang natin sa x dito. So x will be negative 1. So 2 times negative 1 raised to 2. And then dito rin, 7 times negative 1. Okay, so PEMDAS pa rin, unahin natin yung may exponent. So we have here, negative 1 raised to 2 is 1. Okay, and then we can now multiply negative 7 times negative 1, kaya positive 7 siya. So 2 times 1 is 1 plus 7 minus 4 is 5. So 5 is our final answer. Is it less than or equal to 0? Is the statement true or false? Okay, the result is false. Hindi po pwede, no? So 5 is not less than or equal to 0. Okay, next. Let's have the next interval. Okay, so we have here x is equal to 0. Pinaka-favorite nating lahat is yung 0. Pwede nating i-substitute yan. Mas madali. So we have here 0, 0. So magiging 0 na po itong dalawang to. And then 0 minus 4, it will be still negative 4. Okay, so negative 4, is it less than or equal to 0? Yes, this is true. Okay, ibig sabihin itong mga values na nandito, this can be a part of our solution set. And then lastly, let's choose 5 dito sa ating third interval. Okay, gamit ang ating original inequality, let's substitute. And pag sinubstitute natin yan, sinimplify natin, ang final answer natin is 11. So is 11 less than or equal to 0? False. Okay? So meron tayong dalawang false statement. Ibig sabihin itong first interval, hindi siya kasama sa solution. Itong third interval, hindi rin siya kasama. Ang kasama lang is itong nasa gitna, yung ating second interval. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang mga solutions natin nandito lang. Okay, nandito lang. Kasama ba itong ating markers, itong negative 1/2 at saka yung 4? Yes, kasi nga po, included. Okay, included sa ating inequality symbol. Next, our solution set, let us now write using the 3 notations. Unahin natin sa inequality notation. We can have x is greater or equal to negative 1/2 and less than or equal to positive 4. Okay, pag set builder notation naman, all elements of x such as x is greater or equal to negative 1/2 but less than or equal to positive 4. Interval notation, as you notice, hindi na po parenthesis ang ginamit natin, no? We now use a bracket. Bakit po bracket? Pag ang inequality natin is or equal, okay? Kapag solid po yung ating circle o kaya ay closed circle, gagamit na tayo ng bracket, hindi na po parenthesis. Okay? So that's one thing you should take note when it comes to writing interval notations. Okay? So these are our answer or solution set for example number 2. Okay, let's now proceed to solving problems involving quadratic inequalities in one variable. Okay, so before we begin, common phrases and symbols, lagi nating tatandaan yung mga symbol natin. But when it comes to problem solving, word problems, so may mga common phrases tayo na ginagamit. So alam na natin tong greater than, less than, at least, at most. Ito po, pag sinabing no less than, ang ibig pa rin sabihin yan is greater than or equal. Okay? Pag sinabi naman nating no more than, ibig sabihin niyan is less than or equal pa rin. And then minimum, it's greater than or equal. Maximum, less than or equal. Okay? So take note of these phrases. Okay, let's begin with our first example. Okay, so we have here an example on geometry. Okay, so let me read the problem. A rectangular garden has a length that is 3 meters more than its width. Okay, take note of yung phrase natin, more than. The area must be at least 40 square meters. At saka yung keyword natin dito is at least. No? What are the possible values of the width? Okay, so let's have the given. Okay, yung x natin, let's say x is equal to width of the garden. We can use other variables pero it's common, x na lang gamitin natin. So x is equal to width of the garden. And then x plus 3 is equal to the length of the garden. Kasi sabi dito, the length is 3 meters more. Ibig sabihin, plus 3. Okay, plus 3. Now, if we're going to illustrate, just a simple rectangle, no? Pwede naman. And then, i-label lang natin yung width is x, yung length is x plus 3. And alam natin na ang formula ng area ng rectangle ay length times width lang naman. Okay, so area is equal to length times width. So we will just multiply this one. Okay, this 2. So we have here area is equal to x, our width, okay, times x plus 3, our length. Okay, ganito yung ating magiging formula. Pero, alam natin na ito ay inequality. Bakit? Kasi sabi dito, the area must be at least 40 square meters. Okay? Kaya ito ang ating symbol. Okay? So, area should be greater than or equal to 40. Okay? So, gamit ang mga information na ito, ang mga given na yan, we can now create or form the inequality. Okay? So, inequality natin is from our area, x times x plus 3, length times width, gagawin na natin siyang ganito, no? It is greater or equal to 40. So, i-simplify lang natin. So, i-distribute natin ito. So, we have x times x, we have x squared, x times 3 is 3x. And then, pwede na natin itong gawing ganito. Okay? So, ilipat natin si 40 from right side, ililipat natin sa left side, kaya naging negative 40. And then, igagawin natin tong 0. Okay? Ito na yung magiging inequality natin kasi nasa standard form na siya. Okay? So, take note, laging standard form ang gagawin natin. Pag hindi pa siya naka-standard form, i-convert natin siya into standard form. From this point, pwede na tayong mag-proceed sa ating solution, just like our examples a while ago. So, we have here x squared plus 3x minus 40 is greater than or equal to 0. Let's make this an equation. Okay, gawin nating equation. Then, we will now solve for the zeros or the roots of this quadratic equation. Gamit ang factoring, our x will be equals to negative 8. X will be equal to 5. So, either or, no? Now, pwede na tayong gumawa ng ating number line. So, okay, so again, sa technique natin, tip, pag gumagawa tayo ng number line, always base it from our zeros. Kung ang nakuha nating zeros dito, or roots is negative 8 tsaka positive 5, make sure lang na nandito sila. Mas maganda hatiin natin into 3. So, para lang makakuha tayo ng test points sa bawat interval, magdagdag tayo, mag-excess tayo. Huwag naman nating isagad sa 5 tsaka negative 8. Katulad nito, nag-excess ako dito hanggang negative 12. Ito naman, 5, nag-excess din ako dito hanggang 9. Okay, so let's have our markers, negative 8 at saka positive 5 from our zeros. And then bakit solid ang ating circle? Kasi nga ang inequality natin is greater than or equal. Okay, and then let's now subdivide these intervals into 3. First interval is x is less than negative 8. Second interval is x is greater than negative 8 but less than 5. Third interval is x is greater than 5. Okay, now let's have our test points. So, mamili tayo dito. Siyempre, itong negative 9 na ang pipiliin natin. Okay, we have here our substitution again from our original inequality. Okay, substitute natin yan sa lahat ng x. And then, simplify lang natin hanggang makuha natin yung final value which is 14. Is it greater than or equal to 0? Of course. Okay, so true. True statement. Ibig sabihin, itong interval na to kasama sa solution natin. Next, let's test here using 0 again. Okay, we have here from our original inequality, substitute natin sa x yung 0 na test point natin. Okay, so na-substitute na natin. Let's simplify. Negative 40, is it greater or equal to 0? Okay, this is false. Okay, so ibig sabihin itong gitnang portion, hindi po kasama yan sa ating solution. Next, third interval, x is equal to negative 6. Ito ang pinili ko. Now, let's substitute it to the original inequality. So, sa lahat ng x, ilagay mo si 6 doon. And then, ang mangyayari, magiging greater than or equal to 0 ba? Si 14. Okay, correct. This is true. So, ibig sabihin, kasama itong interval na ito sa ating solution set. So, we can now disregard the second, itong gitna, at maiwan na lang itong si x is less than negative 8 at saka x is greater than 5. So, tapos na ba tayo sa ating solution? What do you think? Okay, always go back to our problem. Kasi, meron po tayong real life restriction, no? Kapag word problem po ang ating sinusolve, lagi nating titingnan yung context. Okay? Kasi bakit? Balikan natin. X here is the width and then x plus 3 is the length. Since x represents the width of a garden, ibig sabihin hindi po siya pwedeng maging negative. Wala pong negative na distance. Okay? Kaya pwede ba nating isama si x is less than negative 8? No, we should reject x is less than or equal to negative 8. So, tatanggalin natin yan sa ating magiging solution set. Okay? At ang may iwan na lang dyan is ito lang talaga. Okay? Yung x is greater than or equal to 5. So, lahat lang ng mga values ng x is dapat from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on, up to positive infinity lang po siya. So, our solution set, using our three notations, we can now represent it like this. X is greater than or equal to 5, or all elements of x, such as x is greater than or equal to 5. And then, gamit ang interval notation, nakikita nyo naman, bracket yung ginamit natin. And then, up to positive infinity. Pero, meron na tayong parenthesis. Bakit? Kasi ito continuous. Okay? Ito naman, hanggang 5 lang siya. Kaya bracket. Okay? So, yun po yung ating solution. We can now say that the width of the garden must be at least 5 meters. So, ang lesson natin dito, always go back to the context of the problem. Ano yung tinatanong at ano yung mga possible realistic na sagot. Okay? So, again, our final answer is only values at least 5 meters. Okay? Pwedeng 5, 6, 7, and so on. Okay? Okay, so for our last example, balikan po natin yung ating introduction problem kanina. Okay, so we have here the height of a ball in meters after t seconds is modeled by this equation or function. H of t is equal to negative 5t squared plus 20t. For what values of t or the time is the height of the ball at least 15 feet? Okay, so again, nag-shoot ng bola yung ating basketball player. Anong oras marireach yung 15 feet na height ng bola? Okay, so pwedeng hindi lang iisang oras yon, no? So that's why it is inequality. Okay, now let's have the given. We have here h of t is the height of the ball in feet, and then t is the time in seconds. Okay, now our equation or our function is equal to h of t is equal to negative 5t squared plus 20t from our given, no? Now, alam natin na yung ating h of t should be greater than or equal to 15. Kasama din dito sa given, at least. Okay, ibig sabihin greater than or equal to. And then, we can now formulate the inequality gamit ang mga ito, gamit yung mga given natin. So, all we have to do is to use our inequality, tapos i-substitute lang natin yung h of t, yung equation, which is negative 5t squared plus 20t. I repeat, gamit itong ating inequality na ito, h of t is greater than or equal to 15. Substitute lang natin yung value ng h of t, which is ito, h of t is equal to negative 5t squared plus 20. Kaya ito po yung ating inequality. Pero ito ba yung gagamitin natin na mag-solve? Okay, isi-simplify pa po natin ito. So, remember, it should be in standard form. Okay, so paano? We can move 15 from the right side to the left side. Okay, and then lalagay natin 0 dyan for our standard form. And then, pwede nating i-multiply itong buong buong inequality sa negative 1. Bakit? Kasi sa standard form, hindi po pwedeng negative ang ating leading term or ang ating first numerical coefficient. Okay, hindi pwedeng negative. Dapat positive. Remember yung ax squared plus by, okay, plus c, okay, is equal to 0. Dapat po ay positive. Okay, so para maging positive si negative 5, i-multiply lang natin siya sa negative 1. It will now be positive 5t squared. Siyempre, maapektuhan na po ito. From positive 20, magiging negative na po. Positive 20t times negative 1 is negative 20t. Negative 15 times negative 1 is positive 15. Okay, siyempre si 0 pa rin siya. Now, ano pa ang pwede nating i-simplify dito? Okay, if you notice, may mga common factor ba itong 5, 20, tsaka 15? Okay, pwede natin siyang i-divide by 5. Okay, so if we're going to divide all of this by 5, magiging t squared minus 5t plus 3 is less than or greater to 0. Okay, 5 divided by 5 is 1, 20 divided by 5 is 4, 15 divided by 5 is 3. Okay, so ito na po yung ating final na inequality. Okay, dito na tayo pwedeng magsimula. So, just like in our process a while ago, we can now get our zeros. Okay, let's now proceed to equating this to 0 and then kukunin na natin yung ating zeros or yung roots. So, by factoring, we can have t minus 1 times t minus 3 is equal to 0. Equate natin siya, dalawang ito sa 0, makukuha natin ito, t is equal to 1. So, ang technique dito, shortcut, is kapag negative yung ating value, magiging positive lang siya. From negative to positive. From positive naman, magiging negative. Okay? So, we have here t is equal to 1 or t is equal to 3. Now, we can now create our number line. So, as you can see, mas maliit po yung ating number line ngayon kasi hanggang 1 to 3 lang naman siya. Okay? So, ang 1 natin, andito. And then yung 3, we have it here. So, we still have 3 subdivisions. So, we have 3 intervals. Okay, so let's have those intervals. We have the first one, t is less than 1. Next is t is greater than 1 but less than 3. And then, third interval is t is greater than 3. Okay? Therefore, let's now proceed to our test points. So, maghanap ulit tayo ng test point. Dito, nag-exceed ako ng isang unit. Yun na yung magiging test point ko. So, 0. So, 0 yung test point natin dyan. Okay, we can have from the original inequality, substitute lang natin. Okay, therefore, 3 is our final value. 3 is less than or equal to 0. Is it true or false? Okay, the result is false. So, hindi pwedeng dito yung solution set natin. Next, in our second interval, okay, let's choose 2. Yun lang naman ang integer in between 1 and 3. Kaya yun na yung test point natin. So, we have here from the original inequality, substitute natin yung t, which is 2. Okay, we have here, final value is negative 1. Is it less than or equal to 0? True. Okay, so pwedeng nandito yung solution natin. Now, last test is itong third interval. We can use 4, no? So, 4, let's substitute in our original inequality. So, magiging 4 yung t natin dyan. So, we have 16 minus 16 plus 3. Ang final value is 3. Is it less than or equal to 0? The answer is false. Okay, therefore, hindi pwede dito. So, ano lang ang pwede? Dito lang po sa gitna. Okay, itong interval lang na ito ang pwedeng solution set natin. So, if we're going to shade this, hanggang dito lang po. Kasama ba si 1 and 3? Yes, because our relationship or yung ating inequality is less than or equal. Closed circle po siya. Okay, now our solution sets. Okay, ito na po yung ating solution set. So, inequality notation, we have here t is greater than or equal to 1 but less than or equal to 3. Okay? Ano pa po? Set builder notation, all elements of t such that t, okay, is greater than or equal to 1 or but less than or equal to 3. Okay? Next, interval notation. Gagamitin po natin is yung ating bracket kasi included po yung ating mga markers or yung ating 1 at saka 3 dito. Okay? So, our final answer, the ball is at least 15 feet high from what time? 1 second to 3 seconds. So again, always go back to the problem. Kung ano yung hinahanap dyan. For what values of t, yung time is the height of the values at least 15 feet. So ang sagot natin, 1 second to 3 seconds. Ibig sabihin, pag nag-shoot yung ating basketball player, okay, at this point, 1 second, 1, 2, 3. Okay, nasa 15 feet po yung taas ng bola. Okay? Pwedeng sa una 15, 16, 17 hanggang babalik ulit sa 15, no? Within this time, no? 1 second to 3 seconds. So ito po yung boundary. Hanggang dito lang po siya. Ito na po yung tinatawag nating inequality. Okay? So I hope naintindihan nyo po yung ating mga examples in these word problems. And sana po ay masagot nyo ang ating activities for you to master our lesson for today. So dalawa po yung ating activity, 2 sets. First activity is for you to solve this inequality. Okay? And then, yung second activity natin is word problems naman po. Okay, so you can just go back to our previous examples kapag nakalimutan nyo yung mga process. So you can do this, just take it step by step at magagawa nyo po, masasagot nyo po yung mga activities natin. Okay? And if you're done, you can check it with your teachers, especially if your teachers are using our PowerPoint presentations. Nandun po yung mga answer keys natin. Okay? So thank you very much for listening and I hope madami ulit kayong natutunan and I hope to see you again on our next lesson. For now, bye-bye and God bless po sa ating lahat.
Kung meron kang natutunan sa video na ito, please click the subscribe button to support this channel para mas matulungan ulit kita sa mga susunod mo pang math lessons. Lagi mong tatandaan, ang math ay para sa lahat. At ako si Teacher Van, nagsasabing dito sa Math Isip, lamang ang nag-iisip. God bless and see you on the next video. Bye-bye.